Hi there, welcome back to my channel. My name is Dagny. In today's video, we're going to work on some more exercises for small spaces. Today, we're really going to be focusing on pivots. I know a lot of us don't have much room to be doing huge exercises, and so hopefully these drills will help you practice at home or wherever you are right now. Without further ado, let's get right into it. In these next few exercises, we're going to be keeping our feet in the V position for tango. For those who are new to tango, this V position is it's simply keeping the heels together with the toes slightly apart. I would say maybe like a fist's length apart. We're not in first position for ballet, but we're not completely parallel either. So we're just going to be in our neutral V position. And we're going to try to imagine that our heels are stuck together for these exercises. The first one, I'm going to be moving forward, and I'm just going to be going from one foot to the next in a forward direction with pivots. So it's going to look like this. We're going forward, 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 forward. So I'm moving with my chest forward in the same direction that I'm going, and I'm keeping my feet and my heels together, as much as possible. So it's not looking like this. We're not taking big steps to go forward, but instead we're keeping it tiny. And we're using our core to help propel us forward. So I'm thinking about going forward and use however much space you have, but you're keeping your heels together as much as possible. And I'm going from one foot to the next with the turn of my core. This also sort of doubles as an oblique workout, so take it seriously, but you should feel sort of the top half of the body, and the bottom half of the body working in opposition. So once again, it looks like this. We're going from the left to the right, and I'm turning on my toes and keeping my chest forward. Then I'm turning my body in opposition. That's in the forward position. We can do the same thing going backwards, and here's what it's going to look like going backwards. We're going from one foot to the other foot. Very simple. Again, a super good oblique workout if you're doing this right, and you're really going to the two extremes. Woo. Because you could also do this exercise not going quite so extremely, just with a much smaller pivot. We want, again, everything to be working in opposition, not together. Together looks like this. That's together. When the shoulders and the hips are also going together. No, we want everything to be working in opposition. So my shoulders are going one way, but my hip is going the other way. So the dissociation is happening. So we're just going from foot to foot. So we did forward, we did back, and now we can go to the side. The side is where things get a little tricky. When I'm saying going to the side, I'm going to be moving in this direction. However, I'm going to imagine that my partner is in front of me, so we would theoretically be going to our side, but the orientation is towards each other of our upper bodies. So it's the same principle, but this time I'm keeping my chest towards one side, even though I'm moving directionally towards another. So once again, I'm keeping my torso towards the front, and I'm moving sideways the other direction. Again, we're trying to keep everything as tight as possible. And now to do a variation on this, we can try to experiment with the size of the steps. At first we were just keeping everything super tight, but we can do this sideways exercise with one big step forward in a very tiny step side. So it's going to look like this. We're going to take a step forward, pivot, and when we transfer our weight, the turn is just going to be simply the size of that pivot. So now we have our leg free to take the forward step again. Pivot, pivot, forward, pivot, pivot, forward. From the side, we're going to be doing the same thing. Step forward, pivot, pivot, step forward, pivot. We're transferring our weight every time. Pivot. In real time, it looks like this. Step, 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 and step. Back the other way. Step, 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 and step. We can also do the same thing back. I'm starting standing on my right leg with my left leg extended behind me. So I'm going to be taking the long steps in the direction that I'm going in, and then the little transfer of the weight is a small pivot towards the side. So if I'm doing these exercises back, it's going to look like this. Extend, pivot, extend, pivot, extend, pivot, extend, together. Going back, extend, pivot, extend, pivot, extend, pivot, extend. Again, I'm doing my best to keep my chest with my partner towards the front. I hope you enjoyed these fun little pivot exercises and find the space that you need to practice tango. Again, we don't need a huge amount of space because so much of the beauty of the dance is that we're dancing nice and tiny. If you have any questions about these exercises, please feel free to leave them in the comments below and let me know if there's anything else you'd like to see in future videos. Take care, bye.